Miriam kakra wo transfers no. Pini Zahavi a super agents. A obi enim Pini Zahavi. Ewo transfers pa. Na a lot of clients. Bako Christopher Nkuku. I will see a kind of match Chelsea bobuku no. Chelsea person muton Christopher Nkuku. And it say obekaya. Pini Zahavi person o use ne links ni nyina na ode Christopher Nkuku. Eko team kese. And to bet yes Christopher Nkuku. Pini Zahavi person ode ne kwaya swap deal e Barcelona na Femi Lopez aba Chelsea na Nkuku akọ Barcelona. Sa deal ne call off. Report Saba Bontin say Osako hu Manchester United for say anka Nkuku nko Manchester United na Garnacho embra Chelsea or try the ne call Bayern and also so amfa. So papa friend say Pini Zahavi person ye bibia ma brante friend say Nkuku enya top team enwa ye den. Me no wo ka say wakwa akohia Galatasaray for say me ana nan say me de Leroy Sani bremo. Makra friend say Nkuku wo ho. Enwa ye den. Anka Galatasaray for pa mo befa Nkuku. So as it stands now, Pini Zahavi, I will fight in Nkuku. Edi akoma Galatasaray for as to say omobeje so muntibinje emranin krabia ni bechere enti ye trend ye Nkuku stu future no ebeko. Na on say before season we no a PSG for benya Vitinha, João Neves and Fabian Ruiz no. Na me for da ba ko a owo PSG mfimfi onya bi bopane ye Emery. Sa guy no young guy no. Na me no ka say Luis Enrique PSG me for 3 no. Akwa ye Vitinha. Fabian Ruiz ne João Neves anebo. Emery said that enye regular starter. Onim say or Manchester United list so. Manchester United enche bia Christians Brent Evans say Eriksen ono no be fit nim. O free ma Manchester United options for the midfield. Omo si PSG for midfielder Emery no. Omo be hia no Manchester United. PSG nyo ma dwen say ombeton. By yet it is a PSG forces on beton dia. Omo ne die siche na omo da baby omo da 100 million euros for Emery. Yes, PSG for ne 100 million euros. It is a Manchester United for no was Canada any Abrante ne da ho omo fiska no embefa. Na no na ye de betu dwa say Darwin Nunez. One Napoli for di nkoma akomanim pa. Na team ba ko a omo mi AC Milan. Kin say AC Milan for so match omo ho. Eskana Liverpool for bobo no omo AC Milan for ntimi enti say de Darwin Nunez no uko Europa assistance now akoye Napoli for nko AC Milan for atwom ho afri Darwin Nunez edi onim na eno na edimi Real Liverpool we di kan eyi Milos Kerkez ni unveiling in the presentation bibia ke Liverpool for nani abre omo say akatuo di omato toni nyina Liverpool for say akatu na saa tu no center back baako striker ni be depend on Darwin Nunez situation enti sa what say Darwin Nunez a free Liverpool bobo ko nim say kukuro Liverpool for say omo sign sakatu one center back no Maguire me no ka say ni agent for Liverpool krom ho Maguire agent wo Liverpool krom ho aka striker no so see Isaac the Liverpool for ye no afini e ba be ra July o Liverpool for spend 187 million pounds. Liverpool has spent 187 million pounds.
Get agent no Liverpool.
Oh Liverpool say anko mo cost den. On say o catch Liverpool for say obeba I just so ma promising the playing time. Enti minim the Liverpool for catch Maguire ni agent. Ama agent na ko piem Liverpool kro.
Just Konate kwa.
De ekeka ko idie. Konate so me won story wa hase. So say Liverpool for na cut 2 signings, a striker, Isaac, then Maguire your center back. Now Nico Williams there no on say Barca for instance dey be am fa update am bo mo ntwemaye. So update keke wo ho ni Nico Williams. Really as you said, Ninia Iñaki Williams ebe kasa coming days. But we said the about for credit statement bi aba. Now the attorney say Iñaki Williams 31 years. Nico Williams 22 years. Na last summer, at the time of Barcelona ni Nico Williams say we bibia no. Bilbao for mpanyimfo ko hu eye omabusuafo no. Eye Iñaki Williams and convincing ni nua ne say ontena ni embo season ni wi ana otie ni nua. Osi ni nua no eye ni role model ne mentor. enti nipa baako o ka asem e de kire Nico Williams otie Inaki so Inaki e ka kire ni nuane say obo season ni wie na opese okwa mehira wo so at the time Nico Williams e ko ka kire Inaki say officer ba me pese me kono ena na Arsenal wom Chelsea wom Bayern wom no Inaki Williams ana ka kire ni nuane Nico Williams say e mani intwapo so petim bia ba ontena Spain ho na ompetim kese mbo Real Madrid ene Barcelona mu baako enti so be kai ya de Real Madrid linki Nico Williams ni nia Inaki Williams ka chen say e ma ne nko outside Spain teams akese mienu no ompem baako mbo by na ye Barcelona na akra ne pe so enkomo na Inaki Williams e de baba bontini nyina ne ye say obema o mehu say akra no wasom ni decision ye Barcelona enti be obaafo no omo threaten na busuafo di nyina no baba besum team e friend say be obaa e wo so mane kwa asomdwem ye sini nua no onfa ne nsi fom tem o mususu ano on na atete Nico Williams anti de Inaki beka Nico tie ba ye si we de Inaki agya tuma mane say Barcelona no obetimako enti ono unse osu ano no ana suso ni mutete na enti onfa Nico Williams nsi aka na o si ni role model e o football musa ye ni nua no enti ni nua ne de onfa ne nsi fom kra enti ye trend ye beba Sancho so say two teams na train this season. Juventus any Fenerbahce na train Sancho this season. Juventus offer near 3 years. 5.5 million euros. No salary net. Yet it is tax free no. No mama Manchester United 24 million euros. Fenerbahce for the so 3 years, 1 year option. Salary near 10 million euros, bonus year 2 million. Obia de no offer akwa koma brand here no omo train the final decision. Na oka Christian Mosquera. Valencia for a center back no. Meno ka say Arsenal name boy no RH personal agreement 2030 to 2030.
Arsenal.
RH personal agreement. Aka Arsenal Valencia. Aka boy no almost be 1 year. E won the contract nim. The contract be 2026. By personal terms no mudi ye no. Eye better wa damfo. Andri better. Ana aye adwuma ni nyina. Omo agree till 2030. Omo say oye future. Ana u use economic benefits na. Ebo no so enkosoro. Enti to 2030 no ma agree nti. Christian Mosquera teams na pe na ball ni do ni bo. Season na twem La Liga no. Say yen fa ball from yen win ball from no. Ground drought no. Ono na winya akese ye panti onimbo ne bo. Na Konate de na obusa me no. Ken. On say Konate de ba ne che say omo ben no ene omo Liverpool no waka kire omo say ne contract ne be wie ho renew yeso omo waya amoma ya we na PSG ya beka Real Madrid onim latest club on so de ne ho agim Barcelona
Konate
yes na onim say Barcelona Inigo Martinez e wo 34 years until the next 2 to 3 years untimi rely on Inigo Martinez Around ni Christiansen on person mu ba akokwan enti future no the oba partner Pau Kubasi no Barca for say Konate no obeba free enti Barca so de no agim but omo ben Konate ni say teams omo peni nyina na Real Madrid na e favorite by Barca latest so omo so de omo ho agim na Frank say Ivory Coast ni abrantie no waka che ni agent say ompeti mo Italy ma no and the agent no any AC Milan Napoli and Roma etwetwe nkomo oma ka kire ne se be eduru no so betima sa return ya ba Italy dia ne 40 million euros o gene was Saudi no onte so enti Frank say episode sa return e de ba eye Italian sia na me no wie no Chelsea center back be dia shell Olympic du Marseille for any Chelsea twetwe nkomo so mbenya eye be dia shell
na is a media show on starter on board no Bobby some there o mo bi wa chi
o mo be Bobby
na de no mo Bobby na tom clubs na de we do about me we so Bobby again tom ana team no ko to ko na aso
team be na o kan ho asemi
anye media show dey na say ana wo resa de
de tie ne say
players no do tanya bi bo no as o wa na ya tom
Asumesi on that television is one of those decisions a shocking we are saying say Chelsea decided say Arsenal this mom and no muja na kwan no keep with by the shell
Kwame between this as anyway, Badiasha. Man and
Yeah. Bediasha.
this as
On was something with all due respect. Bediasha.
sir.
I didn't understand because you disaster on the level no form, but he was a better defender than Bediasha.
And this boy, in Kakra, or conference, no come see, or National team.
Why? Wait. National team no say who plays oh.
Who could you Olympic Marseille?
William Saliba mu cry Bobby na why? No, but when oh okay guy where they are here. Yeah, bro, say I'm on photo. Anyway, catch other clubs and say we see rating idiot. Catch other clubs no no fan way. Chelsea for no woman who be ni. Signings ni bi wo ankoye. Sometimes you agree, then you move on. You agree and you move on. You see, talking about defenders, craft for instance, the Arsenal 4 year, the Andrew Better a year or Arsenal. It looks like I am beginning to have a feeling we say Arsenal are rather strengthening their defense because their signings are not going to improve their first 11. Till your season, now we are analysis of your team. You know where to strengthen. Now, Obia Washa Arsenal team over the past 3 years him say Arsenal weak points number 9. What's the making? Now, the signings Andre Beta is doing at Arsenal, those signings are not coming in say be improve Arsenal first 11. Rather, a bench running all strengthen. Because for instance, Kepa, to David Raya. Kepa is replacing Neto. Okay, yeah, fan two. Defender normal, midfielder normal fan, Christian Nogard. Nogard or be replacing Jorginho, a direct replacement for Jorginho. And your party the NBA Zubimendi no. It's Nogard says Zubimendi cry available. He's going to start from the bench. Now I should ask okay, say Christian Mosquera na Orban. Orban to Gabriel Magalhaes and Nasa Saliba. He's going to start the game from the bench. It's the Arsenal signings, they are not improving their first 11. Rather, they are strengthening their bench. But Arsenal, what do they need? Say, team with J-Lake, now strengthen the bench. I understand. Because the first 11 is good enough to win the league. But your first 11 is not good enough to win the league. You strengthen your first 11. In Miami, one pass say, yes, Arsenal are trying to do some signings, but we cry them feel second. With all due respect, Arsenal or Gabriel Saliba, or Gabriel Magalhaes, or Califiori, Ben White to me as a centre back, Jurgen Timber to me as a centre back, Jacob Kiwior to me as a centre back. How many of them now I mentioned? 6. 6. Also confirm Mosquera Sanswaba. For what? Some of the decisions, I mean, here, or for me to say Ben White. Ben White in the style on a centre backer. Ya more do no as a right back. I hate to say Jules Koundé na or Barcelona no. A natural centre back. But it's on a style of playing it's ya more do no as a right back. Now, the situation is no more there. Jules Koundé can play as a centre back. Ben White can play as a centre back. I to say Califiori na Arsenal for far no. To say Josko Vardy or no Manchester City no. Left-footed centre back so with ball as a left back. It is a SBC no more ball left back and you can just push them to the central defense area. It is a what to know why you care for kakra about that area. Well, Arsenal more than enough. Nemo me and me see analyzing the Arsenal team. Maybe Arsenal here by a right back. A natural right back. They be an or attack again. When last did you see say Arsenal a fullback, men for left back or crank or attack baby? Why? Say a natural right back and say a natural left back. How to say acquire far ball now the ball in the wings for what they will be. Recently you don't see that. Arsenal a giant wing playing in the Bukayo Saka and Martinelli. It is sometimes a Bukayo Saka who gave no swap. Now say almost shorty. Because their fullbacks are not those flying fullbacks, maybe. Well, I don't want some Barcelona defenders, no. AS 6 centre backs. Pau Kubasi, Inigo Martinez, Eric Garcia, Ronald Arroyo, Segi Dominguez akwadan se say the oko nti enfa se say 5 Christiansen ka ho ken here be start season no ani say ye wie ye obia nim say Ronaldo obefi club di mu akọ until you want Barcelona extend the Ronaldo contract and Barcelona deko onu anka say nanu say one of the best center backs I will see Ronaldo now just that people were not fair to him. Now Ronaldo or the pacer Barcelona highline Ronaldo bet him yabo inti akaso bet say the coach in the chana se krebi Ronaldo ye good to go and nunti ana defender Jonathan Ta yan kana asemu biwa Barcelona moving on into all this while you'll be able to say Christiansen and Obeko because Eric Garcia there was cementing the position. Ken say Christiansen and Beko na say Juventus deal for Ronaldo near possible. Then the only option to look at is send Barcelona for Pesca. Cause Sika and the Bemo Maton Ronaldo see. What's the mean you say? Now, last year, Bayern Munich for the 2 bets ever for Ronaldo. First bid is 70 million, 20 million add-ons, a couple by 90 million euros. Last year, Barcelona said no. Second bid they call 80 million cash down, 10 million add-ons. Barcelona said no. Today, Barcelona beton Ronaldo onya 40 po. When we say. Sometimes deal go on say here transfers. Deal go wetin be twemu ba ko pe. One ton one. We sound so nyebio I to say your one yet say Chelsea Callum Hudson no do buy winching for the bare 45 million euros. E bia ba twem Chelsea for anye actually Chelsea for mo the man not stand for bare 3 million pay. Into deals bu we be twem Ronaldo dey for buy winching. Ansu Fatimo. Deal we Emi Yankasa time Barcelona je 90 million euros. Kesa sa o mo shabre. You move on. Manchester United. Ken. One of those few clubs are a one portfolio called chief negotiator. Brofona American chief negotiator. Nejumani say, or to office. Nejumani United say Manchester United air kotadie papa wo juma ba ko negotiate. Into United our portfolio ye for the chief negotiator. Time nana Ed Wood will hold on. Now I'm chief negotiator near for Matt Judge. Can't if you got me Matt Judge. But we think team then team kwabo. Say you do transfers in the pen who Ed Woodward I know the actually because the Jumana say Manchester United the quarter the corner no negotiate no akọ negotiations no aba. Then we got to points here also. Akọ negotiations oh ye so for from bra. Manchester United employed a new guy. They said you're in charge. Your friend Matt Hargreaves. Matt Hargreaves no ye Juma or Adidas. Why ye Juma or Adidas for more than 12 years ni? Can't try and get me those pictures. Matt Hargreaves. Okay, Matt Judge name. Mam next one. Mam the new one. Ken ne Juma ni na say o negotiating. Now, what baffles me is say, you're for chief negotiator. His job is to negotiate and get the big deals for Manchester and the best deals for Manchester United. Yet Manchester United court markets anymore. They don't get the best deals. Okay, so Liverpool your negotiations here. What just a Richard Hughes mo kono mo negotiations are pa wafako. And so papa in that television is chief negotiators experience just say paying for big portfolios. How kwa negotiations near then? What's going on? Okay, last year, on 1 year, Messi Mount deal, on 1 year, Ramos Hoylon, Onana 2 years ago, he's the one doing all the deals. Say United Akoto, Matthias Cunha de Aba, say Diabo, say Diabo, say Cunha na man you call fan buy no. Club will be on the Manchester United by negotiations, is making reference to the Cunha deal. Say, what's me just 62.5 million pounds, Akofa Cunha there. So play bia ho say kana otua ma Cunha no hwe so na fotua media because Brian Mbeumo initially enim so onkofo no crowd the 50 million bi ko now the add-ons be 10 and 5 be come back. Now Brentford says that Sikana otua ma Cunha no we believe Brian Mbeumo is a better player than Matthias Cunha. It is what your sister 2.5 for Matthias Cunha there. Give us more than you paid for Cunha. And they delay negotiations.
Some of me want to have.
In Buema, Atna Brentford for 6 years. Cunha Atnam for 3 years. For Wolfsburg for 3. Evom 200 for 3 years. Now they tell say 3 seasons in here. Last year alone, Brian Mbuemo said 20 Premier League goals. Matis Cunha has 15 Premier League goals. Mbuemo is just 25 years. Cunha is 26 years. In terms of numbers, Brian Mbuemo was so change Matis Cunha. But Cunha now bought bigger club according to Atletico Madrid, Leipzig, Munich, but we know England won now, but Brentford I insist on say England won now, and yet disadvantage. It is rather advantage to you because it's the Premiership. And I say, if you've been able to pay the 62, give us more than that. Say, Matter so many United for now, pay 65 million. You close to deal no. Real Madrid 65. Wow. Ken, Real Madrid 3 seasons in the Omania 46 penalty kicks.
2 patches.
Maybe your calculations be actual. Me and my calculations. Sir.
I would have found me. I'm not because all patches.
Me some calculations are my end.
2 patches. How was this in 3 years?
3 years, 46 penalty kicks.
Madrid for. In few years, 46. 50 years they will do the not much.
46. Almost say mu 15 and almost say mu 31.
Must say 15.
15 and almost say mu 31. Na I say my statistics be I would want to show you. With reference to the penalty kicks na coach here complains about.
How much penalty? But when you penalty papa?
46.
46 in 3 years.
Last year, this just ended season Omunya 19. Just ended season 19.
Barcelona for you.
It's a bus attack with a penalty.
Barcelona for you. Biggie. Say you Barcelona for long dika.
Almost Mbappe ni Vinicius ni mtwentira.
No,
ta twetwe box ni.
Ya ma mo de mo ntwe ho.
Bia no mo de ya outside.
46 in 3 years.
Ya ma mo de ya white.
And
then Akuka the last 19 no. Almost 12 no, almost 7.
Okay.
Last night, almost 12 or 7. Ken, my mention here from Real Madrid. Wow. Stories by say Real Madrid they kwa kope striker. Striker no mo kwa kope ne ya Ante Budeme. And na Real Madrid they kwa kope no dem na ba be shit team nimu. And also my who say Real Madrid feel say akola a friend say eye Gonzalo Garcia. Ball club World Cup ni no. Omo be person omo be rely on yes akola no. Na omo de eye Ante Budeme sem no e de ato nchen. Anope ya reports aye ba che say Osasu na enya coach foforo. Coach na Osasu na enya no. Enso show interest e wa akola e friend say Gonzalo Garcia mo because of feel say ono to be hia akola no e wo Osasu na bo boko nim ken. And I feel say it is a mover. I was a Real Madrid man see. Now Real Madrid gina so dinya Ante Budeme into their squad. No baby gina baby see akan mo. I am saying this because Gonzalo Garcia a young player. The performance ne was so pa. He hasn't been bad. Last season in the Federation in Kwadani League and also the lower division for Real Madrid Castilla. About 36 matches. 36 matches no boy no. Or share 25 goals. It is our collabo in the lower division. No about 36 games, not 25 goals. Obenya sa GDN ne trust na wa Kwadani mu say, o man opportunity into the senior team a. Obetimi aboa no aba be sesa nema e wo senior team nim and na say what pen numbers this idea wo hia a opportunity and as a bigger platform. It's in Madrid in penny for no. A man is a no senior team no. Sakwa and Mramisi are kind for the senior team. I feel it is a step in the right direction. But my cousin was some Madrid Gina way so no more Ante Budeme move in the bum because Ken Ante Budeme move no. He's an experienced player. Ante Budeme we are talking about our 33 years. In the Spanish La Liga, who precedes in the year. He was one of the best strikers in the Spanish La Liga. Oshes aye 21 goals. I was Spanish La Liga nimu. Ubeyi Kylian Mbappe e de fuel. No yi Robert Lewandowski de fuel. O yi omu mienu fuel no play o che goals kese pa. E Ante Budeme. Last 2 seasons, Oshes 17 goals. I was Spanish La Liga nimu. And for the past 2 seasons, watch 17 bako no watch 21 bako. That consistent performance has been there. Or your experienced player. unlike a player friend is Gonzalo Garcia. Antibudama is an experienced player. Oma Gonzalo Garcia tena. The Obaba say a bench no Obaba better and no man opportunity to Madrid. I think no Obaba better the experience in the Premier League and the learning curve. I Real Madrid bobo kunim. It is a Kylian Mbappe ni ho. Now we change. Now the Gonzalo Garcia aba. One kasa wa kuma many deep within you. Unim sa odi akwala o ye inexperience a woni gidie woni mu na eba. But all man akwanya ni because our prospect. No Obaba bebo e bia no watinya ye bibi. But Buddha may actually say in the absence of a Kylian Mbappe. I was Spanish La Liga nim de ordinary bemwa ubetimi anya gidie woni mu. It is a Osasuna pe wo player no a ye young and inexperienced. Osasuna fana sa learning curve ni opportunity na Madrid wo de be ma no eno kwa na be yan kakra but Osasuna be ma no fully because ono ne typical number na say the main striker no e na e ba be ba wo honom no etimo cross carpet na wo akola anako na ade na say so osua was Spanish La Liga nim no wakwa akosua mistakes obeye wo yama Osasuna poor performance obeda na di oda na di mo Osasuna na wo waje refined product na antibudame no e di aba wo team nim. After a year or two, Abu Dhabi agent and time cost be na be manakono. Now akola na odi ni kolo na ge ni sa experience no. E wo La Liga ni mu a. Afei wo fa na ba obenye gidie enso woni mu. Wo ye no ni free one ma. Anti-Abu Dhabi price tag can the release clause 8 million euros. We nya kai be ha Madrid. It na feel say Madrid ma move we sia. It is going to be a win-win situation for Real Madrid. And so I'm making sure some bekwe na move na baso between these two teams then they ma kon kama both players. Can moving on. Still in Madrid, Atletico Madrid bobo kono. Coach I friend said Diego Simeone wants to take a decision. Decision Opeto will take in say, o feel so be here player, I will be my goals pa. I want any more hono. Enti striker Manchester United a penal, Arsenal a penal, Victor Gyökeres, any other teams into so penal no. Atletico Madrid yo mo kwa gym. No mo so ha so meti me nya striker and the number. Na Atletico Madrid decision Opeto will take no. Opeto ton player baako. Player of person or turn Alexander Solot. Almost the 40 million euros price tag now to Solot. So munya buy a major brand tena manako. But the entire me this uncle we they say. Or Atletico Madrid season no boy last season. The best striker na ye Solot. In terms of play, ball. Ube Julian Alvarez, no doubt. But no best striker no more goals pa. Na ye play a friend is Alexander Solot. Because Alexander Solot matches or boy. Any numbers on my no or prove yes or better than any striker. I want Atletico Madrid bobo kono. Can season na e bowi no or share 20 goals and the man Atletico Madrid bobo kono. Or about 35 games the man. But out of those 35 games, or starting only 15. It's only play or your starter. But even with someone starting while Atletico Madrid bobo kono mumpono. A brand any man numbers and so the chance uncle for no. Player your friend said Julian Alvarez about 37 matches. 37 matches no boy or share 17 goals and Drew Solot there or started 30 matches and the man Atletico Madrid bobo kono. Solot only started 15 games. It is a whole compared the two. Solot performance now was so the China there. For Antoine Griezmann company the least said about him the better. It is a whole POB. I'm an free club anymore. Looking at the numbers game one. Me need to say yes Solot because he did well than these players. Atletico Madrid positions are what's in the focus. No making sure so be failing. No. And does hotel looking at the striking department, especially their left back position. Because he's now your boy. David Galan born and your papa. Ultimately, DJ was still quote as a left back. And these are the positions that will focus on. No making sure so be strengthened rather than looking at positions. I have fixed that. Now you may come kind. Ken, moving on. Arsenal extended the contract of a player. I have friend say, I'm left back Marcel Lewis Kelly. And seriously speaking, it is one of the news I'm a team manager. Now we couldn't come on our car. Say who Arsenal are over fullbacks are. Attacking at like attackingly. That instinct. I brought him to go in for it. And then so be humbi. Arsenal bobo for him. Because almost Obiano Bebo left back position. Almost Obiano Bebo right back position was Arsenal. Most of them normally are centre backs. And Mikel Arteta and Ankasa convert you. And the team by over right back the Arsenal it's a centre back. And they are converting to the right back position. Or bet me about solidify position in the amount. But attacking wise, almost a lot of options. But converting Marcel Lewis Kelly the left back position. No. He's been doing that quite often to help the Arsenal team. Because no a midfielder. It is a young boy any man can problem on Famano to be the left back position. Or more options. Or supported the attack and so well anymore. And he's been doing very well. on platforms that Ojina your ball games, especially the big matches. Now you move be that's a ball now wabono on your bigger opportunities to bet me a ball. At the big level, at the highest stage, you bet me a ball. Against Manchester City, he was superb. In the semi-finals, quarter-finals of the Champions League, on the Real Madrid Bobo Akwadane performance, our dine do a park and so on. It was super. It's in clearly. Proving and say he's one player is into help the Arsenal setup. And that's inverted fullback role. And you play a be an ultimate in the money. Even those experienced players, or about fullbacks, again experience, you can talk out your mobile heading. But Nina Wakwadani Jemu, it's your kind of Mama Arsenal and some Faswa. Such players, you have to keep them. And we shouldn't forget, so you're very young. And the few of us now to say, hey, I tell Madrid that chance any needing come possibly a miracle anymore. Or by free agent, Madrid best step in. No more baba be far Kodane diako. It is a Arsenal Atenase, and who are Kodane more the money in the performance. No more the contract, amano. I'm an extend there. I feel it is a step in the right direction. It is very good for the Arsenal team and going for the boss na Bobo.
What did the saying? Position left backs.
Left backs, it will be at this year.
1 and 2 near Nuno Mendes in the body. This is it.
Yeah.
Somebody look pride and
yeah.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. 3 they made the Grimado Beshaw.
Grimado.
By Liverpool. Obobopa.
You know they say last season, last 2 seasons.
Last season.
I call a big game somewhere now.
Oh, he did very well. He did very well. Yes. And then the name of man.
Yeah,
Kuku Susukra.
So Kuku Kran and Gomez.
I am the Kuku Bechete, Nam the Grimado Abafov.
Kuku so too bad. Kuku,
Badi bo Champions League. Yeah, na show. We go bo Conference League and fan home to Champions League of all due respect.
Conference League.
We bo Champions League and level no so.
That's a presidential cup.
Emo bo mumbo Josco Vadio ma hwemo saa.
Kakra bi na me pese me wurem na. David. Man City ni yive ne mbe ye de. David. And they say how much. Okay. At the current time me wo interest for sa game we mu ne say. So far, we share FIFA Club World Cup now. Juventus Manchester City na impressive very much. We share clubs from free Europe e na. Juventus so far ni 2 games awabo. We win 2 games ni na 9 goals a concede 1. Manchester City so 2 games awabo we winning ni na wa 8 goals on concede. And between these 2 clubs ni e pe the obe topic group no. Na ye hu the obetimi akonanim kese pa. And 2 teams ni na performance e wo FIFA Club World Cup no e ya de ba ko a e ma game na nkasa hype na akosuru because of the kind of football na 2 clubs ni na e performing e de man e wo FIFA Club World Cup no. Juventus many ajom ho pay because some show modern boy Italian Serie A just ended season no. Na me share Juventus e wo FIFA Club World Cup na. It seems say Juventus style of play no. E go to do asesa ne kakra e wo FIFA Club World Cup no because the man woni say ne trebak na wo no FIFA Club World Cup ni nyina no. Omutimi kura ball no. Omutimi attack, omutimi control. Anka Juventus ye ni mo ne de. Omo ye bo boku a see en control ye mbo good football. Ye attack bebre no en shada nya omo star. But with the 3 back no mo bonus say no. E yo obo 2 number 6. Sa 2 number 6 no mostly ebe ye Lugatelli ana Turam. But ma Turam no no e drop deep e be ka 3 back no ho. Na ono na ye the first face ball receiver. Enti ombe initiate attack bia na e Turam ana be drop a be chiri. No baba be ball no. Mostly ombo 2 number 10s. On sanke nim say Conceição mu omo ye typical wingers. By this time around the FIFA Club World Cup, no obo double number 10s. Na the wing backs ni mum aflade wide areas, no double number 10s no so no. Between Yildiz and Conceição. But unfortunately for Juventus, sa 2 players ni nsi akan. But sama ba so drop deep ebe the ball carrier, and the ball no come him. Enti Juventus 2 games akan matches so far FIFA Club World Cup no. Ball ne da form, omo possess, omo create. Unim say so far uyi Bayern free wa. Team a washe goals kese pa no Juventus eka ho. Washe 9 goals, only Bayern na washe goals asay no. And on the part of Manchester City, Pep Guardiola likely will say season ya babe rim no. Obeki kana ho kakra. Because so far Manchester City susu 2 games amabo ni nyina no. The open no, on the right back left back e invert as usual. ɛbɛka midfielders ne ho ɔmbɛka midfielders ne ho a na ɔmanya numbers wɔ mfimfini ɔte sɛ deɛ ɔpɛ no na ɔmo de akontrol na wɔn make sure say ne final line no ɛyɛ players ɔmo anim hɔ no ɔmo bɛ stretchy opponent ɔmo stretchy opponent a na ama ne wingers no any opportunity to beat you in terms of 1v1 because dokumu ne saa guys no sabi onye ɔmo a 1v1 ɔmo betumi beat you nti ɔmo stretchy opponent ɛwɔ the final line na wama Mamouche green light to operate sɛ Manchester City player yama ne freedom to operate ɛyɛ Mamouche ɔdrop deep opili wide wa make deep runs ne nti so far ken two teams in the ball number enya nwumre no Juve Manchester City na be one of the best why na be topi most likely say you betumi nya Real Madrid Juventus Real Madrid Manchester City say the game no ebesi akobia by battle no baby am pese mehwe ni mfimfini wonu Thuram ani Lugatelli against Rodrigo Cascante and Abrante friend say Tiani Reinders enti nyame ya adom na nwumre e wo FIFA Club World Cup no ye be witness good game